What is up, guys? I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're covering some more r/Am I the Butthole? If you're new here, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe and maybe that notification bell too. And a huge thank you to the members of our channel. You are truly appreciated. I'm finding it hard not to laugh when I introduce Am I Not the Butthole anymore, just because I say it so many times a day and I think, oh my god, everyone's going to turn on me at some point soon, you know. I keep doing this subreddit, but it's just so good. I'm enjoying it so much. I hope you are too. And with that being said, let's get in to today's stories. Much love, guys. Our first story comes from Choice Rock. Am I the arsehole for offering a drink to a girl in a bar and then not paying for it? I'm 23 male, and a few months ago I was in a nice bar in Toronto with my boys, and I saw this really hot girl. Decided to shoot my shot, and we spoke and danced for a bit, and I offered to buy her a drink, and she gladly accompanied me to the bar. When I got there, I was like, can I have a beer and whatever she wants? She promptly says, can I get 4 double shots of 1942? That's like $75 a shot for a double of 1942. And I was like, what the fuck? And she said they're for her friends and patted me on the back. When the bartender came back, I slapped a $10 bill on the table and told him she'd be covering the shots and walked away. She was pissed and yelling me the normal insults, lol. Well, it turns out my mum works with her and they were talking and my mum showed her a picture of me. God damn it, mum. And she instantly recognised me and remembered my name and told my mum about what I did. My mum then called me and said I'm a huge arsehole and told me to send her the cost of the 4 drinks, which was like $325 with tips. I just laughed and told my mum I'm not doing that, and my mum said the girl thinks I'm a huge arsehole and douche and she agrees. Lol. Am I the arsehole? I just looked up 1942 drink and I'm only getting tequila on there, so I'm assuming this is an expensive fucking tequila because some of the bottles on there are like $2,000. What the hell? For a tequila? But this has got to be like not one of those ones that you have as shots. This has got to be like a sipping tequila or something. So what kind of heathen is that anyway, wanting to take shots of that stuff? But yeah, at the first I was going through this and I was thinking, oh yeah, this guy's no doubt the arsehole in this situation. But then as soon as it gets to her ordering 4 shots for her friends without saying a word beforehand, yeah, fuck her, man. That's not on. You can't do that. Expecting someone to spend $325 on shots for her and her friends. What the hell? Oh, I just don't understand some people sometimes. Anyway, what is your opinion on this? Should he have paid up? Or was she the arsehole for expecting too much? Don't forget to vote in that top right hand corner. Our next story comes from Pitiful Window 8. Would I be the arsehole for leaving without notice after my stepdad took my door? I, 21 female, and temporarily staying with my mum, stepdad and siblings. There's my full brother 16, my half brother 18 months, my stepbrother 19 and stepsister 17. None of us have ever gotten on with our steps, and I'm only staying with them now because I couldn't stay with my flatmate, a nurse, my dad, high risk, or my boyfriend, roommate problem. Mum lost her job due to the current events and stepdad has been furloughed. So that's me and my stepbrother to pay them rent to help cover their expenses. They own the house, so this is bills/food, and we agreed to each pay £400 a month. All my siblings are here full time and my step-siblings' biomem is high risk. My stuff in my room keeps going missing, being moved by people who aren't me. I have proof it was my step-relatives, though they claim innocence. There's also a knocking issue which 3 days ago resulted in my stepsister walking on a video call with my boyfriend, which was both embarrassing and a mood killer. After that thing I ordered a lock online, and yesterday I fit the lock on my door. My stepdad tried to stop me saying it's his house and he's not allowing anyone to have locks on their door. I was a little childish as I had my headphones on, so I just gestured to my headphones and pretended that I couldn't hear him until he got frustrated and left, and I kept on fixing the lock on my door. I offered him and mum the spare key as a peace offering, but said I'd be keeping the lock for the issues described in the previous paragraph, which led to an argument about trust. Today I had several calls with clients in the office, bottom floor of the house while my mum is on the top floor, and told everyone I'd be there for about 8 hours. I came out of the office and at the end of my workday went up to my room to get changed and my door is fully gone. I asked what the fuck happened and my stepdad said the door was in his and his mum's room and the hinges were in the wheelie bin, and that this would teach me to disrespect him. I can't get the hinges out of the bin and I can't get the door back upstairs on my own. Due to the layout of the room, there is no longer any privacy unless I do everything, including getting changed under the bed covers. I'm writing this from the office. I will be sleeping on the sofa in here tonight because at least the office has a door. I've not paid rent for June yet. I complained to my boyfriend about the situation and he said to come to his tomorrow and he'd sort out the roommate. I've packed my stuff up and put it all in my car with the intentions of leaving this morning and calling after I've arrived to tell people where I am. My brother caught me moving my stuff and I had to tell him. He then called me an arsehole because I wouldn't be helping out for June or giving them time to sort themselves out. And this is my only hesitation, as I do feel bad about this part. Would I be the arsehole for leaving and not paying rent? Info: signs of intrusion were my clothes were going missing and stepsister wearing them. She claims they were in her laundry, but I do my own laundry specifically to avoid my stuff getting mixed in with hers. Various items and sections of my room being rearranged. For example, I have a very specific method of organising my shirts, and this order was messed up multiple times. Also, snacks and drinks I bought for myself and put in my room were going missing after stepdad and stepbrother complained that I didn't share with them. Even though I left plenty of snacks in the kitchen, but kept a few just for me because I am a vegetarian and eat eggs and dairy. But also tried to avoid byproducts like certain kinds of food, colouring in oils and gelatin. My first initial thought was that after this was like, she's 21, she needs some privacy in her life. She can't just take her door off so she can't get changed by her set without people peering in and seeing her. It comes across as borderline fucking creepy, to be quite honest. And the house seems to be like full of people like a 16-year-old brother, 18-month half-brother, 19-month step-brother, and a 17-year-old step-sister. You've got to have some privacy in somewhere in the house. I mean, you are paying $400. Whilst it may not be like a full rent, you're still a paying tenant in that house. And they said they need that from you at the moment. So he should have some fucking respect for you. So I'm going to have to say not the arsehole in this situation, but some may disagree with me. So don't forget to leave a comment below and don't forget to vote in that top right hand corner. Our next story comes from Stepdad Still Parent. Am I the arsehole for refusing to apologise after leaving a family Zoom call when my mum started gushing about finally becoming a grandma? For some backstory, I'm a gay man who never really planned on having children, but when I fell in love with my husband James 8 years ago, he had full custody of 2 children from a previous relationship, Janine, who's now 16, and Leo, who's just turned 9. I've been involved in both their lives since pretty shortly after we met, and they've treated me as a second dad ever since we moved in together 6 to 7 years ago. Their bio mum isn't in the picture. James has the final say on some important parenting decisions, like where to send our kids to school, but otherwise we share full responsibility on everything, from making sure they're ready in the morning, to enforcing punishments, to just raising them in general. But I consider them my kids and fully part of my family. The 3 of us even went to an extended family reunion together last summer when James was too busy with work. I figured the rest of the family saw them the same way. 2 weeks ago we were doing a family Zoom call for my dad's birthday when my younger brother announced that he and his fiancée were having a baby. We were all ecstatic. My daughter was immediately offering to babysit, the works, but the mood changed when my mum started talking about how she's excited to finally become a grandma and how long she'd been waiting to have grandkids and how she was worried it'd never happen. How she's going to spoil her grandson, the works. My son was starting to get upset and I didn't want to cause a confrontation in front of the kids, so I just ended the Zoom call and sent my mum a text reminding her that she already has 2 grandkids. She blew up, saying that she can't believe I ruined my brother's moment like that. That was rude to leave the Zoom call early, since we hadn't even sung happy birthday to my dad yet, the works, and that she and my dad expect an apology. I replied that it was rude for her to act like my kids didn't exist, and Leo's feelings were really hurt, to which she responded that I should understand that her first real grandkid is special, and it's different to have a kid than just raise someone else's. I shot back that I won't be part of the family events until she considers my kids as family too. The rest of my family is livid. My brother says he agrees with me, but that I should apologise to make my own mum calm down. My dad won't talk to me until I make things right, and I'm getting messages from aunties I haven't talked to in years saying I need to apologise to my mum, but I'm holding my ground. I feel like I need to do what's best for my kids, especially given how upset Leo's been since this all went down. Am I the arsehole for refusing to apologise? I think your mum is totally in the wrong in this situation. She should be excited that she's getting her first bio grandkid. But she does already have grandkids. They are part of the family. And if she does consider them part of the family, she should consider them her grandkids too, you know. If I was to get extended family like that, I'd be overjoyed with that. I think that would be absolutely amazing. It brought a tear to my eye thinking what those kids must have felt when she said that. when they were on the Zoom call as well. Probably excited about this baby, and then to hear that. How heartbreaking that must have been. It's almost like being told you're not part of the family. How awful. So the mum is in the arsehole in this situation, absolutely, in my opinion. But you may have a different opinion, of course, so you'll have to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to vote in that top right-hand corner. Our next story comes from Smelly Ugly Pouch. Am I the arsehole for throwing away my girlfriend's umbilical cord? Throw away because her brother knows my Reddit. Hi, my 34 male, girlfriend 21 female, of 2 years is a Native American, and she has had this small, beaten up leather pouch. It was about the size of a golf ball, and it was beaded, but there were beads missing and thread exposed, and the leather was stained and greasy with something. It was supposed to look like a turtle or lizard or something, but it was so beaten that it was hard to tell. The thing absolutely stunk. We had it in a box of keepsakes along with our photos and other things, and it made the box have a musty smell. Imagine my horror when I asked her what the thing was, and she told me that it was her umbilical cord. It grossed me out and I thought she was joking, so I laughed. She looked upset, so I asked if she was serious. She was. I asked her why she had it. She told me it was her people's cultural practice to stop you from searching for things or something among other things. I thought the sentiment was nice, but it stunk and was hideous. I understand that some people keep teeth and that sort of thing, but teeth don't stink, and teeth aren't kept in a strange little pouch. The whole thing skeezed me out, so I put it back and left it alone. But 2 weeks ago, when she was sleeping, I was going through our things and wanted to scan an old photo. I opened our keepsake box and the wave of musty air hit me. I couldn't take it anymore, so I hid the thing in a box in the basement. We went through our photos and things together. It was a lovely night and we did it over wine. And she didn't even acknowledge it was missing. I even asked her if she noticed anything gone from our stuff. She said she didn't and laughed. So yesterday I decided to rid us of it and put it in the trash. It went, and I could breathe a sigh of relief knowing my girlfriend's actual entire mummy-filled umbilical cord was where it should have been to begin with. But today her mum called and told her she was willing to remake the pouch for her if she sent it. Oops. She proceeded to tear apart our room looking for it, sobbing hysterically and not listen to any kind of reason. I'll admit I felt bad. Maybe I should have just left it alone. But why keep such a thing? I came clean and told her I threw it away because I thought she wouldn't notice. She started screaming at me and said it wasn't my right to throw her things away. I reminded her of when she threw my favourite shirt away just because it had a hole and a grease stain. She told me it wasn't the same thing, but isn't it? They were both items kept purely out of sentimentality. At least my shirt wasn't making our photos smell musty. She was suddenly calm and I thought she was willing to talk about it, but she started packing her stuff. I begged her to stay, but she took her car and her stuff and left. I don't know where she went or if she'd be back, but I'm so devastated. It was such a small and dumb thing to split us up over. But I do regret it. Am I the arsehole? ETA, stop bringing our ages into this. She was and is an adult and you have no right to judge us. Focus on what I'm talking about here and now. I didn't want to put it into a different container because at the end of the day, we would have still had a body part that should have been tossed to begin with. Just because something is cultural doesn't mean it justifies it. Would it be okay if I kept all my fecal matter in a little bag because I thought it was special? It doesn't, and it doesn't make sense. I feel like she was overreacting and I think everyone calling me an arsehole should have to smell the damn thing. Then you'd know why I tossed it. ETA 2, all these comments are making me feel like complete shit. The last time we fought, she came back after an hour. She isn't back yet and it's starting to take a toll. She's the one that makes dinner, cleans, comforts me. She's always there for me. The notion that I might spend tonight alone is destroying me. She's always been perfect to me and I do things like this that upset her. Maybe I am the arsehole. I'm sorry guys. I've been calling her and she won't answer. I just want to apologise and get her back. I want her to know how much she means to me. I think I might call her mum and tell her what I did and see if she can make another one. I know it won't be the same and it won't have her umbilical cord anymore, but maybe it's a start. ETA 3, I couldn't get hold of her mum, but I've been on the phone with the sanitation department for our city. They put me on hold for 45 minutes looking through the trash from our neighbourhood. I barely caught them and it took a lot of pleading and convincing, but they were kind. They managed to find the pouch. I have to pay a huge recovery fee, but that's all worth it. They agreed to let me pick it up tomorrow. If I can get hold of my girlfriend, hopefully she'll come back to me and things can be alright. I'll never touch her stuff again, if it means she'll stay with me. I'll update this when I can get hold of her. I'm going to read a comment from Doom Taxi because it is the most relevant. You're the arsehole. I'm indigenous. My tribe is Hunkpatty Dakota. I hope I got that right. And our people save the umbilical cord too. We put them in beaded pouches and keep them our whole lives, and they're supposed to be buried with us. They're extremely important, and oftentimes the pouch is made and beaded painstakingly by the person's mother. You had no right to throw it away. Why was putting it in the basement not enough for you? Why wouldn't you have told her that you didn't like it or ask for help to put it someplace else or in something else? You're definitely the arsehole. Also OP, stop bothering your ex-girlfriend and her family. You've done enough. Your disrespect has lasting consequences, and that can't be fixed by selfishly asking her mum to make another bag. It doesn't work like that. Go to therapy and figure out why you're like this. Now, we did hear in the end of that story, he apparently did get it back. Whether he's just saying that now to save face, I don't know. I don't know why he would be doing that on a throwaway account, but some people do that sort of stuff, you know. But yeah, initially I thought, yeah, just like this guy said, he's so insensitive to like different cultures and stuff, the way he was talking. And one of the other lines he said stood out to me that said, "She's the one that makes me dinner, cleans, comforts me. She's always there for me." Almost like she babies you, dude. It's like, come on, sort yourself out. But yes, I can totally see why he would be the arsehole in the situation. And it's 100% nothing like keeping your own feces. I mean, it's a cultural thing. It's something that generations before them have done. I mean, come on, man. What do you guys think of this story? Let me know, and don't forget to vote in that top right hand corner. Our next story comes from Curly05. Am I the arsehole for telling my boyfriend that he was bullied in high school because he was a neckbeard? There's some backstory here. I, 20 female, have been dating my boyfriend, sorry I'm rubbish with American names here, I'm going to go with Case, for almost a year. We went to the same high school, but we weren't really acquainted for reasons I'll explain further down. We were on a video chat last night, and he made a remark how he was bullied in high school for his lazy eye. It's true that he has a lazy eye, but it's no big deal and not why he was bullied. I pointed this out to him. In high school, my boyfriend was a horrible neckbeard. He was overweight, had a horrible patchy mustache, and wore cartoon shirts all the time. He even had one of those, and I'm not joking, orgasm donor novelty t-shirts. He wrote a poem about a girl in our class and sharpied it to the wall of the boys' bathroom. He put in lots of identifying info, so it was easy for people to narrow it down who wrote it. Once he got over the poem girl, he asked the teacher out on a date, and the teacher had to tell him he was being inappropriate. Also, the teacher was a lesbian and dressed in butch style. He was just too oblivious to notice. Anyway, I laid those facts out and he got angry. He said I was blaming the victim and that the bullying wrecked his self-worth. The bullying wasn't serious, it was just people making fun of him and snapping stuff. I said he should be proud of losing weight and learning to dress and talk to girls. In college, he's a totally different person, and I would have never matched with him otherwise. He said he'd think about what I said, but we haven't talked since. I was worried I was harsh. Am I the arsehole? What really jumped out at me here is that he said that the bullying ruined his self-worth, and then you undermined it by saying his bullying wasn't serious. It was just making fun of him. Bullying has a huge mental effect on people. Even if it's just mental, even if it's just people taunting other people, has a massive mental effect. Not trying to make this about me at all, but I had my last 2 years of high school, I think you'd call it, where I had these two guys. I had them constantly taunting me throughout my last 2 years. It absolutely devastated my results in my last year in school and absolutely ruined my self-worth at the time. I'm a lot more confident than I was back then, but it absolutely wrecked everything for me back then, and it still plays in my head today, you know. Whenever I hear bullying, that's what instantly jumps into my head. So that's what's happening to this person. They are mentally disturbed because of what happened to them in the past, and for you to play that down like that makes you the arsehole. But I would love to know what you guys think in this situation. Is OP the arsehole or not? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to vote in that top right hand corner. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's stories, and if you have, there is another video on your screen right now as we speak, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe click that notification bell too, as it all really helps our channel. Thank you for being here. The time out your day is truly appreciated, and I will see you in the next one. Much love guys.